All right, everybody, welcome to part 2 of my boundary basics. I'm so glad that you're here. I am Jen. I'm a certified life coach, and if we haven't met, I am a certified life coach. I used to be a physical therapist, still am a physical therapist, and I got into life coaching when I myself started working with a life coach because I was feeling burnt out, overwhelmed. I kind of felt like I was on the hamster wheel of life and not getting where I wanted to go. And I kept asking myself, is this really all there is to my life? And worked with her for a while and had such an amazing transformation myself that I got certified to help women just like me and you, people pleasers that tend to get burnt out and overwhelmed. And I love helping women kind of overcome those things and take back control of your time, your energy, and your peace. So last week we talked about why we feel guilty saying no and how to shift that. And if you missed it, go back and catch the replay. It is on my YouTube channel. It's also in my free group on Facebook, and it's also on my Instagram newsfeed. So it will say part 1 of 4. But today we're going to take it a step further. We're talking about what to actually say when you need to set a boundary, especially with people you love, without really feeling rude or like you have to start a fight, okay? Because I know that when you first start setting boundaries, like figuring out what to say and the words can be pretty challenging, right? Words are hard, especially if you are a people pleaser and you do everything in your world and your life to avoid conflict. Saying words and starting to establish boundaries can feel really hard. So let me ask you this. Is there someone in your life where setting a boundary feels really terrifying because you don't want to hurt their feelings or make it awkward, or maybe you're worried they'll pull away, get mad, or stop talking to you altogether? I know. Yep, that fear keeps a lot of women stuck. So let's talk about how to move through it with love and confidence. One of my mastermind clients, we'll call her Ashley, came to me super frustrated. Every Sunday night, she had these marathon phone calls with her mom that would leave her totally drained. She loved her mom, but the calls always turned into complaints and venting, and it was really messing with Ashley's sleep and her stress levels. But every time she thought about changing that routine or shortening the call, she'd kind of spiral into guilt, thinking like, what if she thinks I don't care? What if I hurt my mom's feelings? So her and I worked together to create a boundary that felt clear but still kind. She ended up saying, Mom, I love our weekly chats, but I've been feeling really tired by Sunday night, so I'm going to need to start winding down a little bit earlier. Let's talk for 30 minutes, and then I'll hop off and get ready for my week. And guess what? Her mom said, okay, honey, that's fine. That was it. So often as people pleasers, we really like conjure up in our mind that the person's going to react in a negative way or be hurt. But when you come from a place of kindness and grace and also kind of confidence in knowing what you need, the other person is going to understand, right? Not everybody. There's definitely people in our life, like the narcissist in our life, and some people that are not going to understand, but it still does not, it should not keep you from trying to set the boundary because you want this relationship to be healthy. In Ashley's case, like she didn't want to be getting off the phone feeling resentful to her mom. So she set the boundary to make that relationship, make those phone calls even better. And sometimes, like I said, it's our fear, not their reaction, that makes it so hard. So let's walk through how to set a boundary without burning a bridge. First, boundaries are not ultimatums. They're not about controlling anyone else. They're about protecting you. You don't need to justify, apologize, or over-explain yourself. You just need to be clear and consistent. Here's a simple 3-part formula you can use. Start with warmth. I really value our time together. Number 2, state your need clearly. I've realized I need to start keeping our visits to an hour. Hold the boundary kindly. If we run out of time, we can always pick up later this week. Okay. You can also try these real life scripts. I'd love to see you, but I need to head out by 8 p.m. so I can be rested for work. I know I get together with some of the volleyball moms on my son's team once a month for cards. And I know at 51 years young that I need to be winding down by 9:30 p.m. So I need to be like in bed ready to sleep by 9:30 because our mornings start really early, right? So I usually start off the cards night by saying, I'm so excited to see you guys. I'll need to like scoot out around 9 o'clock. So that's setting a boundary, right? It's also just effectively communicating, hey, I need to leave by 9 o'clock so that they're aware of it. That doesn't mean that they need to leave, but that just means that I'll be heading out and wrapping up wrapping up my night so that I can get some sleep because no one wants to be around me when I don't have enough sleep. Another thing that you can say is, I'm not available to talk tonight, but let's catch up later this week when I can really be present, right? Another way of saying it is, I'm choosing to spend this Sunday as a rest day. It's something new I'm trying. I'll check in next week. Notice the tone. It's not cold. It's just clear and simple. It's not selfish. It's honest. Boundaries really help you stay in connection, but we're constantly overextending ourselves, or when we constantly overextend ourselves, we end up feeling resentful, and that does hurt relationships. So you're not pushing people away. You're actually really preserving the connection by being honest about what you need, want, and desire, okay? And that's not selfish, right? That's doing your best to make the relationship as healthy as you can for you. So if you're thinking, ugh, I have that exact situation in my life and I don't know how to handle it, that's what I'm here for. That's what I do as a life coach. One of the things that I really help my clients with is setting boundaries, finding the words in different relationships. So let's talk. Comment, call, or session wherever you're watching this, whether it's in my newsletter, YouTube channel, Instagram, or in my Facebook free group. If you comment, call, or send me a message, call or session, I'll reach out to you and we'll just schedule a time to connect on what I call my free personalized life assessment calls. This is not a high pressure sales call at all. It's just a chance for us to connect. We can talk about some boundaries you might need to establish or some other areas that you're struggling in your life. And you'll walk away from that call with 2 or 3 things that you can do right now. One of them might be to join me in my mastermind or as your life coach. But there's not going to be any pressure to do that. I'm just going to help you figure out what is the best path forward for you. And again, you're going to leave that call with 2 or 3 things that you can do right away. No pressure, no sales call, just us connecting and giving you the help. You don't have to figure this out alone, right? I've got you. So thanks for being here today. Boundaries can feel really hard, especially at first, but you're so capable of this. And once you start setting the first boundary, you're going to recognize that they're easy, that it starts to get easier, right? So just like going to the gym starts to get easier as your muscles get stronger, setting boundaries starts to get easier the more you do them. You're doing amazing. Keep practicing. And remember, you're not being mean. You're just being clear. Have an amazing day. And I will see you next week.